I'm going to talk about mistakes that if you do those mistakes, that's like really bad mistakes that can get you disqualified. So the first one, like you've seen, like all my videos, I really focus on the picture, like the photo. I'm really like big on that. Why? Because if your photo is wrong, the day you apply for the green card lottery, you will not be entered into the draw. You'll get disqualified. So you apply, it says admitted, you get your confirmation number, but then you get disqualified. So you are staying there, you're sitting in your house waiting for May to check the results, but then you are disqualified, which is not fair. So that's why you need to have the correct picture. I did a lot of videos on my channel. So please go to my channel, browse my videos, and then you're going to see the videos about the photo requirements and all that. I'm going to review just really quickly at the end of the video, but then just go and see. I'm sorry, the fire, that's a fire truck right there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so go to my videos and then check about the photo requirements. Another thing about photos that is really important, don't use the same picture you used last year. Because, I won the green card lottery twice and I used the same picture. But then that was 10 years ago. Before there was like facial recognition. Now, like if you post a picture on YouTube and then you post it on, people who are monetized, they know that. Like if you post a picture on Facebook, on Instagram, in another platform, it knows that this picture was used somewhere else. So suppose Green Card Lottery website is using the same technology. If you post an old picture, it's gonna tell that you are using an old picture, and that can get you disqualified. So make sure you get a picture that you've not used before that is within 6 months. You took within 6 months. Another thing to avoid, so one is the photo, you have to have the correct picture. Number 2 is the number of entries. A lot of people think like if you enter the Green Card Lottery multiple times, like if I put in 10 applications, 20 applications, I have 20 chances of winning. Wrong. If you enter 2 applications, you're disqualified from that time. So like you're not going to go into the entry because you're disqualified for having multiple entries, which is something all of us, we do it very innocently, but then make sure if you have to enter the Green Card Lottery, you're doing it only one time. When you press that submit, that's it. Don't go again and apply a different day. And in line with that, I know the Green Card Lottery is opening tomorrow, right? The 4th. Guess what? Everybody's going to be on the website. The website is going to crash. It happens every single year. So that's why for me, if you're going online and then you find out like, this website is not working really well, do not apply. Why? Because when you submit, sometimes you submit an entry and because the system is so overloaded, it just becomes a blank screen. So in your brain, you don't know, did I apply for it? Did the entry go through? A lot of people had that issue. And because they're in a panic mode, they put another application. And that they have 2 entries, now they're disqualified. So if you go there and then the website is like jamming, tomorrow, do not apply tomorrow. Geoffrey applied on the 21st of October. Juma applied in November and they still won. So applying on the first day is not going to make you win. So make sure the website is top notch, it's working before you apply. So double entry will get you disqualified, wrong photo will get you disqualified. Another thing is marriage. So I'm from Kenya. Kenya, like we allow traditional marriages in Kenya. Like in Kenya, you can marry somebody in the village, you go sing some song, traditional songs, and they're like, you know what? You are married. You get a affidavit of marriage or whatever they give you when you have a traditional marriage. So Kenya is an exception. Why? You can apply as married when you don't have a marriage certificate. Why? Because later down the line or down the road, you can register that marriage. And your marriage certificate will say they were married since 2012. And you have plenty of kids to show, right? So if you're in a country like Kenya that allows traditional marriages, it's okay to apply as single and then get your marriage, get your marriage registered later at the Attorney General's office. And then that's acceptable. If you're in a country that does not allow traditional marriage and you do not have a marriage certificate, even if you've lived with that wife for like 25 years, you're not married to them. You have to apply as unmarried. And then after you win, if she wins, so what happens, like if you are both unmarried, right? You have kids. Apply, put your kids, she applies, puts her kids, and then when she wins, you guys can get married later and come together. But don't make a mistake of applying as married when you don't have a marriage certificate. So that's a big thing. Another thing in line with marriage, so if you are like in a country that allow polygamy, Kenya, I think is legally there. I'm not very sure. But some countries allow polygamy. And if you're a man and then you're like, oh, I have 7 wives, right? I'm going to have all these wives add me to the application so that I have a chance of winning. Americans are very smart. When somebody adds you as a spouse, your picture has a way like you can identify this person, who they are. So they know this person is appearing 7 times. So if they have a system of telling that, and you're applying and putting all yourself on all those women that you married, I don't think you're helping them win. I don't know if it works or not, but then that's not a good idea. Just don't do it. If you're going to apply with one wife, let them put your name there. So that's another thing, a big thing, marriage. Let's talk about eligibility. This is also a big thing, a big mistake that you should not make at all. Like if there's anything you're going to take from this video, eligibility is a big thing. What is eligibility? Eligibility is a country where you're claiming eligibility for the green card lottery. So like, you know, some countries like Nigeria, they're not allowed to apply, right? Because they brought a lot of people here, a lot of people in the last couple of years. So they're not allowed to apply because they already have a lot of people here. Green card lottery is to bring people here from countries, to give all of you an opportunity to come to the United States. So if you're from Nigeria and then, or you're from these other countries that are not eligible, and you apply for the green card lottery and you get selected, whatever, you're not going to be able to come here. So eligibility, another thing is if you live in an eligible country, you are born in Kenya, right? And then you decide, oh, I'm going to claim eligibility from Uganda or from Nigeria or from Ghana. For some reason, you click the bottom arrow and you select the wrong country. I'm sorry, I travel a lot. I'm from Kenya, so you can understand. So if you select a wrong country as the eligibility, it's not going to disqualify you. You're going to go ahead and you're going to win. And you selected a country in Asia or whatever. So when you're green card, when you win, African people, it starts with, you know, whatever numbers, and it's AF, Africa. You're going to have a thing like AS or EU, which means you claimed eligibility from a completely different whatever. So you're claiming eligibility from a place where you're not from. Or maybe you're Kenyan and then you're like, you know, I'm a American citizen. No, that's not a good example, because if you're an American citizen, you don't need the green card. But anyway, like if you're married to a Ghana or Nigeria and you have a passport there. So you're a citizen for Congo, or you're a citizen for Nigeria, you're a citizen for whatever, but then you're born in Kenya. Always claim eligibility from the country where you are born. Always. Unless you are from Nigeria and you're not eligible. In that case, if you're married to somebody from an eligible country, like if a Nigeria is married to a Kenyan, they can apply for the green card lottery and claim eligibility from that wife. The only problem is this: you have to come to the United States together. So, you know, when you fill the DS-260, some people, you don't have to come with your wife. But then if you claim eligibility using your wife, you guys have to enter the US together, because you're not eligible to come to the US. She's helping you come in. So if you leave her there, how are you going to get in? So that's how, with eligibility, that goes. Bottom line, always claim eligibility from a country where you were born, not a country where you're a citizen, not a country where you currently live, not a country where you think of. Eligibility always from your country of birth. Okay, let's talk about the mailing address. I don't know if I should mailing address. I'm getting a lot of questions about mailing address on the comment section. So I don't know like how to address this, but then mailing address is where you receive mail. You can live somewhere else. Like for example, maybe I live, I'm here in the US for this year, right? But I'm just here, I'm gonna be here for a year. I'm going back to Africa next year. If I put my mailing address here, I'm not gonna be here when I win the green card lottery. So a place where you currently live and a place where you want to receive a mail can be totally two different things. So there's some people who are like, they put like a mailing address in Africa and maybe they live in the UAE. They work in Arabic countries, but they don't know they can be fired and then have to leave tomorrow. So usually they put the mailing address back home. If you're going to stay wherever you are, that's where you live, that's where you receive your mail. The mailing address is where you receive the letters. And the mailing address, you have to, like, it's address one. Maybe I'll pull it up later so that I can look at it and then I'll show you how to complete the mailing address, because a lot of people have those questions. So I think I might as well just go ahead and do it. Another thing is like, should I apply for the green card lottery? How do I know if I can qualify to apply? It doesn't have any age limit. It does not. Can a 3-year-old apply? Absolutely not. Why? Because you either need to have high school or you need to have work experience. Does a 3-year-old have that? Absolutely not. So they do not have an age limit. But because of the requirements, you have to be a certain age to have completed high school. You have to be a certain age to be legally able to work in any country. So that's how they set the age limit. So there's an age limit and there's not an age limit. Age limit is just based off like you need high school or you need work experience, at least 2 years of work experience. So to apply for green card lottery, any age you can apply. And then you have questions. You're like, I won DV 2024. Should I apply for the green card lottery? Absolutely yes. Why? Winning a green card lottery and getting a visa to come here are two different things. So many people won DV 2023. Their interviews were canceled. Maybe they went to the embassy and they were denied visa because they lied on something. Now this is time to correct your sin of lying. So you can apply. Whether you won the green card lottery, if you do not have a visa to come to America, if you don't live in America as a citizen, if you don't live here as a permanent resident, you need to apply for the green card lottery. So that's how I claim, like, who is able to apply. Let's talk about adding like kids. It says you have to be under 21. What does that mean? If you are of 21 and over, you are not a child. You are an adult. That's how you should think about it. It doesn't ask how many children did you give birth to? How many of them are still children? So if you have 5 children, a 33-year-old, a 20, or whatever, you have to apply. Somebody who's 20 years and below can be added to your application. 21 years, that's an adult. They can place their own application. So tell them, you place your own application. Don't add them to your application. So that's the thing that also a lot of people are asking questions. They're asking me, how many children? I have like, a 40-year-old. Should I add? That's an adult. Don't add adults. We're only adding kids. And how do you determine how many kids? Or how do you determine like who's your kid? One, they have to be biological. You gave birth to them. You went to the hospital and gave birth, or a guy was involved in making the DNA for them to come here. That's one. Number 2, if you're not related by DNA by giving birth, you have to have adopted them. Like legally adopting a kid. So you can't be like, okay, this is my niece. I educated them. They live with me. They're 8-year-olds. Their parents passed like a long time ago. And I've been taking care of them. The question is, do you have adoption papers? No, you cannot add them, unfortunately. Because when you go to the embassy, they will ask you, okay, this is your niece, yeah? You claim you are the parent, guardian, or whatever. Do you have papers to show? You don't. Guess what? You lied on your application, and that can be grounds for you getting denied a visa. So make sure you either add biological or the kids that you are adopted. Another thing, other kids that you can add, in Africa is different. if you get married to somebody who has children, like if I marry a man and this man has 4 children with another woman, those children are mine. I know in Africa, they're like, oh, those stepkids. All the stepkids can be added because they are children. If you're marrying somebody's dad, then those kids are yours, so you can add them. So if you go to the embassy and they realize you did not add a stepchild, that can be grounds for denial. So make sure if you have stepkids, get their picture. And like I said, with the green card lottery, consistency is important. If you say you don't have kids, don't show up and say you have kids. If you leave out the stepkids, don't show up at the embassy and say you have kids. If you lie from the application, keep up with your lie to the embassy. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? Okay. But you know what? You know the gist. You know, you have to make it here one way or another one. But if you won and you said whatever you said, between you and God, don't put me in there. I didn't tell you anything. You said you're single until you come to America single. And you know, some people are like, you know, they leave out their kids and then they're like, can I bring up, like if I become an American citizen, can I bring those kids here? Yes, you can. Some people have been able to do that. But this is the thing with the American system. If you lie, make sure you stay in the good side of the law. Because if you come here and maybe you commit a crime and they start investigating you, if you said you didn't have kids, they will pull those records from like 25 years ago. It's just like refugees who come here and they say, you know what? I'm seeking asylum because I feel like when I go back to my country, people will kill me. So they grant you asylum. And then once they grant you asylum, lo and behold, next year on the next flight going to where you claim that you'll be killed. Some people have been deported because of that. Because why? You lie thinking they won't catch up with you. Or maybe you come back and then you apply for citizenship. They're like, hey, you said you're from Congo and we gave you asylum. How are you able to go back to a country that you're claiming you're running away from? So that's why it's important. Tell the truth. Whether God, you fear God or you fear, it's better to tell the truth. And you can bring your kids here, like I said. You'll be able to bring them here once you're a citizen. Some people have gone around it. You know, like if it's a dad, they go back to Africa and then they claim like, you know, I didn't know I had this kid, which is true. Some women have your kid somewhere and you don't even find out until they're like, you know, 10 years old. So that's possible. But then if you're a woman, how can you claim that you didn't know that you gave birth to somebody? So that becomes an issue. Okay. So education-wise, high school is the requirement. And then if you do not have high school, you need work experience. There's a website. I can look up the link. I didn't look up the link yet. I'll look up the link for the website to check work experience. Not everything qualifies. It has to be either 2 years of training or requires either 2 years of training or 2 years of work experience. So that's the big thing. Let me see some questions I wrote down here. People had questions. So people are asking, if you're taking pictures, do you need to have short hair, long hair, medium hair? It doesn't matter. You know, the DV Lottery website does not specify if you need to have what type of hair. It just say don't put a head covering. Don't put a hat. Like this thing that I have on my head, this is probably wouldn't qualify. So you have to be your natural self. If you have a hijab, you're Muslim, then you can cover your hair because it allows, because it's for religious purposes, you know? So that's that. Other people are asking about names. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over the questions that people are asking. So when at the end of the video, when I start going over the questions, then if I already answered, I'm not going to answer again. Another one, they're asking, okay, I have different names. And this happens a lot in Africa. You have different names on your birth certificate, different name on your ID, different name on your passport. If you already have a passport, that name on your passport is the one you're going to use to apply for the DV lottery because you already have a passport, right? If you do not have a passport, what names will you use when you get a passport? Those are the names that you will use to apply for the green card lottery. Some people are like, you know what? I have, I'm married. My kids have different fathers. They have different last names. America don't care. Here, people divorce left and right. Everybody has different names. Nobody cares. So if you have all your kids have different dad's name, put them all there with their exact name. It won't affect anything. So name doesn't matter. As long as you put your correct names that will be on your passport or your birth certificate, then you should be good to go. Okay, and then some people are asking about what address to use. Like if I live in one country and then I plan to move, I already explained that with the address. You use the address where you want your letters to go. Another thing is about gender. I completely understand this is an American thing. I know like African people will stone me, but in America, there's some people who do not want to be identified as a woman or as a man. They don't have gender. This application only has two. You either a male or a female. There's no other gender. So you have to pick one because like literally does not accommodate those people who have other genders. So if somebody asks that question and I'm like, yeah, there's only two, you have to go with either one because there's no, a box that says this is another gender. Another issue is about your email address. Guys, every year I insist. I got an email from somebody. Actually, I'm going to respond. I'm sorry. I didn't respond because I was so busy, but I'm going to respond. Somebody applied for the green card lottery. They won. After they won, the person who created the email and everything want them to pay a lot of money before they can give them their whatever. They want you to give like a lot of money. They can be like, give me 400,000 Kenya shillings. Give me $500,000 before I give you your confirmation number. Do you know how you can fix that? You just go to a cyber and open your own email. If you have your own email and your own password that you opened yourself, if you win the green card lottery and you lost your confirmation number, maybe the cyber guy decided to keep your confirmation number, you can go on the website and retrieve your confirmation number. But to do that, you need an email. That's why if you can take anything from this video, do not let anybody open an email address for you. Do it yourself. Because guess what? If I open an email address for you, I will put recovery email as my email. So I can go in there and change the password anytime. You don't want to give somebody that kind of access, right? Guys, open your own email addresses. So when you go to apply, even if you have somebody apply for you, give them the email address. You're like, this is my email address. This is my date of birth. And make sure they're putting in correct information. Don't give them the information and you go sit over there in the cyber. Stand right here. They're entering your last name. You're seeing the spelling. They're entering your date of birth. You're like, oh, I think you put a 7 instead of a 6, because that's stuff that can affect you, after you win. So make sure you're standing there. You make sure they're applying in your presence. Don't just give somebody information and somebody's like, let me send information to somebody in America to apply for me. It doesn't make a difference. They apply here, you apply over there, the chance of winning are still the same. And usually, like, as much as I trust people, I also have, because I have businesses and stuff, so I have trust issues as well. I don't trust somebody 100%. So I won't trust anybody with all my information because let me tell you the truth. I live in America. I'll tell you right up front the truth. Some of your relatives do not want you to come here. And I'm going to tell you the truth. There are some relatives that they will not tell you ways to come to America. They've been here 20 years. Somebody has been here 30 years, has not brought anybody in their family members. Is that somebody who wants you to come here? They've not tell you there's visitor's visa, student visa, all this visa. You can come on a conference, you can come on whatever, you can come on diplomatic visa. Have they told you that information? No. Do they want you to come here? No. So guess what? Put in your own application. Don't trust your relatives to put an application for you. If they wanted you to come here, they were here 20 years, they will have helped you apply to come here. I'm not bad-mouthing people, but I talk to people, and they're like, I don't want that one to come here. Okay, so that. And then what else? Somebody also asked, can I use a camera or a camera or a phone to take a picture? So I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Just give me 1 second. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up a picture that was taken using a phone and a picture that was taken using a camera. Just give me 1 second. Like I said, you're going to... Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but let me see. I want to share screen with, I don't think I can be able to do that. Okay, let me go. Just bear with me. I'm going to go on my, I think I posted the picture on my YouTube, so they should be in there. Okay, I found one. Okay, so let's see. So you see this picture here? This is Juma. He won the green card lottery. He took this picture with a phone, Samsung phone, not iPhone, not regular, whatever high-end phone, simple Samsung phone. He took this picture and he was able to win. So this is a picture that was taken on a phone. Like you can see the quality is like a phone picture. Let me show you. This one is a picture of my brother. That's my picture of my brother. He won the green card lottery in 2016. He took a picture in the studio with a white background at the end. So they didn't have at the back. So they didn't have to change the background. The background was already white. He took a picture in a studio, and then I'm going to pull up Joffrey. Let me see. And then this is a picture of Joffrey, and he took a picture in a studio as well. So you see, whether you take a picture with the phone, whether you take a picture with a high-end studio, as much as it has just the right dimension, the right requirements, if it's your turn to win, guys, let me tell you, this thing, if it's yours, it's yours. You know, if it's yours, it's yours. So don't be so like, about the picture. I need to go here. I need to, drive somewhere, fly somewhere to get my picture taken. You don't need to do that. You can take a picture with your phone as long as you have the right requirements, then you're good to go. Okay, so I'm assuming not everybody who's here today is, is familiar with my channel or whatever. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if you've already, I'm just going to review the photo requirements real quick with everybody. So that even if this is the only video you watch to apply for the green card lottery, you'll be all set to apply. So let's review the photo requirements real quick. I know you have things to do, you have places to go, but you're applying for the green card lottery. It might be a chance of a lifetime. So just stick around. Let me just review pictures real quick. The photo requirements. Okay, let me share this screen here. I'm kind of liking this. It's pretty cool, this StreamYard thing. Okay, so these are the photo requirements for the DV lottery. So let nobody tell you otherwise. You see it says travel.state.gov. This is the government website. I'm not using like some random village website or anything like that. Nope. So we'll go over the photo requirements real quick. It has to be in color. You see, it says right there. It has to be in color. It has to be, between 50 to 69%. Other people are like, how do you find out? Just know, like, if you fold that picture into two, does your pet take up 50% of that picture? If the answer is no, then it's not 50%. You can just eyeball it. Just look at the picture, and then you'll be able to know if it's between 50 and 69%. It has to be taken within the last 6 months. So if you have a picture from a year ago, that if you didn't use it, you can change the date, but then just take another picture. It has to be, so these people are asking me, can you take a picture with a blue background and then change it? Look at what the website says. Taken in front of a plain white. It's not like it needs to have a plain white. It says the picture was taken in front of a plain white or off-white background. And why I insist this, because have you ever looked at pictures, like if you just select a picture and then you put it on a white background, sometimes it looks a little off. Like you can tell like there's something wrong with this picture. So just make sure, like if you can get a white background, you can use a wall, you can use bed sheet. As long as there's a white background, you should be good. You should be facing directly at the camera. Your facial expression should be neutral, so no laughing, no crying, no portraying like you're disgusted about something. It should be just neutral. When somebody looks at you, they're not able to know if you're like angry, sad, or whatever. No facial expression. You have to take it in clothes that you wear daily. You do wear a suit daily? Yes. you wear whatever. The only thing, don't take a picture in uniform, because it says do not take a picture in uniform. So any clothes that you wear daily, like you see the pictures I just showed you, is diverse. Like everybody's wearing their own thing and they were able to win. Also, uniforms should not be worn on the photo. You see it says right here, except religious clothing. So that's like hijab. And then headphones, no headphones, nothing in your ear, not acceptable. Eyeglasses, so if you wear eyeglasses for long distance for whatever reason, take them off to take a picture. Unless like you need eyeglasses for something, for medical reasons. But then if you can take the eyeglasses off, take them off. And then if you have, hearing device, they say here, if you have, hearing devices, you wear them for, medical reasons, you're allowed to do that. Okay, and then, the website has photo examples as well. I'm going to put a link on this website in this video after I'm done, so you can go there and review them as well. So let's look at the photo examples here. You see, these pictures are really bad. This picture here, like, look at how, I don't know, they say like acceptable, but then it says it's overexposed. So when you go, let me show you somewhere. Let's go to the photo tool. I think it's somewhere here. Start photo tool. Let me try that. So let's look at the photo tool. This tells you like, the correct thing. So here, it shows you this picture. You see the lighting is pretty good on these ones here. If you want to know the size and position, you see this one is in the middle. This one, the head is too big. They're close to the camera. This one, they're on the side. This one, they're way back there. So this one needs to be cropped a little bit. Facial expression, it says, neutral. This one is laughing. Look at this one. The teeth are out. Look at this one. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but he's not, he doesn't want to take it. He doesn't want to have his picture taken. So these ones are not acceptable. But this one right here is acceptable. Glasses, they tell you no glasses acceptable. You see, everyone with glasses, they have an X. And then no hats. No, this one, you see like a hijab. So a hijab can cover your hairline. Like in the picture, your hairline needs to show. But then like, this one is a hijab, is not, the hairline is not visible, but because of religious reasons, is an acceptable picture. Don't cover your face. Look at this one. It's a hijab, but then what are you covering your face? They want to see your face and know who you are. This one is covering the face as well. This one, the hair is covering the face. So what are you taking from this? Do not cover your face. And then here, shadows and lighting. Look at this one. It's very overexposed. You see this? The lighting. This one is too dark, And shadows. They don't want these shadows. You see this shadow on this side? So this one is a normal picture. The background, you see, it needs to be white or off-white. So these ones are acceptable. This one is an off-white background, but then it has flowers. Don't have flowers or a map. This dude straight up went to having a map behind him so that, the DV can know what location he's from. I'm just kidding. But anyhow, do not do that. Quality, look at the quality. This one is like a little blurry. So make sure like, the resolution is correct or is right. So for children, you do not need to have like a picture taken that meets requirements. Like, okay, look directly at the camera. You have a 2-month-old. There's no way you're making a 2-month-old look in the camera. So usually they have exceptions for kids. I also did a video on how to take a picture for kids. So you can go ahead and look at that. So you see, like these ones, they have pacifier, as long as the kid doesn't have anything in the mouth. This is acceptable. This one has a pacifier. This one has a pacifier. This one, I don't know what they're looking at. But then the background here, you see. So the kid, as much as, they have exceptions with the kids, just make sure the background is white. You see this one, the background is black. This one is blue. This one is whatever. Make sure the background for the kids is white. And then facial obstruction, make sure you don't have anything in the face. I saw on a YouTube, not a YouTube, but a Facebook group where like somebody is telling people this picture is correct. The one that's hair is like coming like this on the face. That's not a correct picture because it's covering your face. They don't want anything covering your face. So if you follow that Facebook, just make sure you make corrections so that other people know, so they don't take pictures that they will get them disqualified. I'm going to go real quick now that I'm here. I'm going to show you how to crop a picture real quick. So you choose a picture. I'm going to go just one, maybe on my desktop. Open. So this is a photo tool. When you open, it just crops it right for you. You see, it crops it right for you. So when you say accept and proceed, then you know what? It will crop it and save it to whatever downloads you have in a computer. And then if you want to crop it manually, you just click crop manually. And then this one is just a tutorial to show you that this is how you are supposed to do it. And then you close the tutorial. You see this picture. When you put an eye over here, you put the other eye over there. Accept and proceed. Your picture is cropped and looks nice. Download, and then it saves right to whatever your downloads are. Okay, so that's about it for the photo requirements, I think. I don't know if I should jump into questions. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so I don't know if I should jump into questions maybe. Unless you have anything else I haven't covered. I think I covered pretty much everything. And then somebody was asking, like, if you have a name, you have like two names. If you have two names, one is the first name, the other one is the last name. If you have three, you put three. If you have four, there's two. If it's hyphenated, you put two of them in one box. You can watch a video. I already did a video about the application. I covered all that. So if you can go to my video, you'll learn a lot. Okay, so let's see here what you guys got. Thanks. Somebody's watching from Ghana, from Cameroon, Eldoret, Kenya. Yay! You know, I have Bahrain. I don't know. I'm having people watch from countries that I don't even know where they are. Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Welcome, guys. I like diversity.